What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today, finally ready to do the review of this bad boy. This is the Giant Mouse Ace Grand, loaned to me by my buddy Jake over at Bearded Gear. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, first things first, Jake, my main man. Jake over at Bearded Gear has been a wonderful, wonderful friend of mine. We both started our channels around the same time, became good friends, supported each other's channels. We sent each other's knives back and forth. He's just a super cool dude. He is killing it over there. If you are not a subscriber of mine or of him and you are of mine, then I don't really know how that's possible, but you need to stop this video right now. Click the link down in the description. Go check him out on YouTube and on Instagram because the man is just awesome. He is truly wonderful content. He usually does his videos out on the trail. He lives in California, so the California fires have been kind of, crapping on that a little bit, but he's going to be getting right back out there. I know it's killing him having to stay inside and do these reviews, but I absolutely love Jake. Jake, thank you very, very much. He might not like me too much right now because I got this knife from him and automatically was like, hey, Jake, so you want to sell the knife? And he was like, hey, no, I do not. Boy, and I offered him good money for this too. But I totally get it. This is one of his favorite knives. I know why, because I am in love with the Giant Mouse Ace Grand. This deadgum thing is amazing. So you can stop the video right now if you want. That's my review and you are good to go. So I've had this knife. I've been lusting after this knife for a long time. I saw it first on Jake's channel and was like, golly, boy, that looks really, really good. And, boy, my camera is moving on me here. Let me fix this. And then, of course, he did his review, and I was like, yeah, I got to get one of those. All sold out. The first drop, man, they just went like hotcakes. I do believe that they're not available right now, but I do believe they're coming out very soon. I think this month, if not this month, next month. I can't remember. So if you're wanting one of these things, definitely check out Giant Mouse on Instagram. I think they'll post it there when they decide to drop. So, and I will be there. You beat me out, I'll hurt you. So anyways, got this knife in hand and it totally lived up to the hype. I really, really like it. Okay, so what are we working with here? Like the, I can't believe I didn't bust this out. Where did I go? Like the Ace Biblio that Mr. Dark Gravity let me borrow, boom. It also has micarta handles. This is like a smooth micarta, and so is this, but this is just a little bit rougher, which I dig. Like, it's not as smooth as the Biblio. It's got a little bit more texture to it, and I absolutely love it. This is the OD Green. It comes a lot lighter than this. You might be able to see right there underneath the pocket clip. And then as time goes on, your oils and stuff in your hands, it turns into this color. You get to watch it happen. And man, am I so freaking, I don't know what's going on with my camera tonight. I am so in love with the micarta that Giant Mouse has been doing on their knives. Excellent. What are we working with other than micarta? Well, it has steel liners, and this blade is Elmax steel. Elmax, no, I have not had, but I think one knife in Elmax. I love Elmax. It's a very good steel. It is a very stainless steel from what I can remember. This one came super sharp. This one, of course, is a used knife. Jake uses his knives, but it is still very, very sharp, and I love the way they put it together. Absolutely. Giant Mouse does a great, great job. So that's what we're working with. Steel liners, micarta, Elmax steel. This is a liner lock. The action. Oh my God, the action. First of all, it is running on washers. Gee whiz, did I not know it's running on bearings? How am I not gonna remember? Yeah, it's running on bearings. Jeez. Anyways, running on bearings. So it does have a very smooth deployment. Check that out. it fires out of there so good. It's really perfect for the reverse flick. Like that, I think that's really, I mean, other than the aesthetics of this knife, which I think is beautiful, I think Jake fell in love with the action on this thing as far as using the middle finger flick, because we both like to do that. Case in point, Bearded Gear, holes are greater than studs, and he would be correct. So I really, really love, matter of fact, I have this particular shape that Giant Mouse does. Yep, I want every blade to have that. That is perfect to get my middle finger in there. I mean, it's angled correctly. It's just perfect for me to get that thing in there and go. It's so much easier than anything else that I have had in my hand. Even the Spidey hole, which started it all. So very, very nice. And of course, we got it up here. You can see this tumbled finish, but kind of a polished, really beautiful blade. The only branding on this knife is Focus. Come on now. Is the Giant Mouse logo, which I dig so much, and then Ace for the Ace line. Other than that, very sterile blade. Giant Mouse, if you've watched my other Giant Mouse reviews, you will know that the way that they crown the spine and where they place the jimping is amazing to me. I love it. Absolutely love it. I wish more companies would do it. They crown the spine. It just makes it so much more finished looking, so much more beautiful. And then the jimping way up here, when I hold this knife, that's where my thumb tip goes. And when I'm bearing down on this knife, oh my gosh, what is wrong with my camera today? When I'm bearing down on this knife, I have something wrong with my little tripod-y thing here. That's where my thumb wants to go and do the force. So I don't ever put my thumb back here, ever. I mean, maybe if I'm going to stab something, but I don't really stab things that much. So my thumb always lands here. The jimping on a Giant Mouse is always just, it always blows my mind. I'm like, why do all my other knives not have this rounded spine and the jimping in the right place? I love it. One of the best things, in my opinion, about Giant Mouse. Now, this thing's fit and finish, absolutely wonderful. Everything is rounded off. The handles are done great. It's tuned very well. The detent, like I said, it's like the perfect Spidey. I can do it with my left hand as well, which, you know, I can't do that on a lot of knives, but if I can do it with my left hand, you know the detent is really good. Of course, the pocket clip, a deep carry wire pocket clip. I really love that. I'm a huge fan of the wire pocket clip from Spyderco. And of course, from on the Biblio, it has the same pocket clip. So awesome pocket clip. Carries very, very well in the pocket. So I kind of went over that a little bit fast. And the reason why is because there's only one size comparison we're going to bring out, and we're going to kind of compare these two knives because I really feel like they're really good competitors. Jake actually has done a video on this. So I will also probably link that down in the description. And we're going to compare this to one of my all-time favorite knives, the Spyderco Shaman. My Shaman is the regular S30V version. It usually is wearing these awesome custom Spyderco scales from Always on Edge on Instagram. I will also link him down there. All handmade, no machining at all on these. Freaking love them. That is what usually rides on this Shaman, excuse me. But for the reason of this review, I put the stock scales back on it. So, as you can see, very, very similar knives. They're both 8-inch knives. The Giant Mouse has the Shaman has the blade length by just a hair. They're both about the same as far as the width. I think the Shaman is about 150 thousandths thick. The Giant Mouse is 160 thousandths. So very, very similar knives in overall shape and profile. So I'm going to just basically say, if you're looking for a good knife like these, you might be actually looking at both of them and saying, which one do I need? Which one should I buy? So we're going to kind of go over that. I mean, I obviously have had the Shaman for a long time, and I'm a huge fan of the Shaman, one of my favorite knives. Just now, of course, got this knife from Jake, and holy moly, It's just, it's one that's definitely going to have to make it in my collection, but not everybody is a knife collector. So you might be looking at this and say, which one? So let's get into it. So first of all, aesthetically, I mean, we're not going to score this or anything. I'm just going to let you know my opinion. First of all, aesthetically, Giant Mouse all the way. I love the way the Giant Mouse looks. I mean, functionally, they're both about the same, but the way this Giant Mouse, it just speaks to me a little bit more. I think it's just a little bit more attractive. Not that I don't like the Shaman. The Shaman is one of my favorite knives, but I really, really like the way that the Giant Mouse, the overall profile and the lines of the knife, including with the blade, it makes it a little bit more attractive to me. As far as action, I'm telling you, that's a tough one, okay? Because both of these guys have such awesome action, very well-tuned detents. I have handled quite a few Shamans from other YouTubers and some friends of mine who love the Shaman as much as I do. The action is always consistent. I've only had one of these, but I have no doubts that the action is also consistent on the Giant Mouse, because I have the Sonoma, I've handled the Biblio, they're all pretty good, so I'm not going to say that it's not that way. So, but the only thing is, as far as action for me, the action on a knife is not just about the opening, but the close. They both open well. Matter of fact, I might even venture to say that the Giant Mouse opens better with a Spidey flick than the Shaman, just a little bit. But it's because I love that shape of the hole there versus this one. Even though they both work, I really dig the way it looks. However, getting your finger in here to release the liner lock, it's fine. It works. It's just it's not as comfortable as a lot of other knives for me. It's got nested liners, so it really is attractive. But I feel like I really got to get in there a little bit deeper than most, kind of use my fingernail and let it drop. So, it's very, very doable and still very fidgety knife. However, with the Shaman and the compression lock, it's just so much better. I love the compression lock. It's one of my favorite locking mechanisms and makes for a very fidgety knife. And of course, I always fidget with my knives. It's what I do. They're my fidget toys. So anyways, I'm going to give the action and deployment, I guess, to the Shaman. Because it makes it more fidgety for me. Blade shape, I love both of their blade shapes. You got LMAX here. We're only going by base model. You can obviously get a Shaman and a Sprint Run or an exclusive with better steels like Rex 45. They got one, I think, coming out in Z-Wear, so you can. However, we're looking at base knives. This one base comes with LMAX steel, and this one comes S30V. Obviously, I would rather have LMAX than S30V, but S30V is a great steel. This knife gets used so much. This one, of course, has been sharpened because I do use this. So it is actually a little thicker behind the edge than the Giant Mouse. Giant Mouse is around 20 thousandths. This one is a little bit thicker at about 25. They both cut really well. I love on the Shaman the leaf style blade, the little bit of belly here. I don't seem to use a lot of belly on my knives, so I really tend to like the leaf-shaped blade of the Spyderco's really, really well. I mean, just case in point, this little native, I love the blade shape. They're easy to sharpen. I just can get all of my tasks done. I don't ever really have a spot where I have to roll and use that belly. I can slice just as well with this blade. But both cut excellent. They're both high saber grinds with tumbled finishes. Just beautifully, beautifully made knives. As far as ergonomics, which one do I like? Oh, boy, that's tough. The Shaman, I have always said on the channel, is basically an ergonomic dream for me, and I'm still going to stand by that. I love the ergonomics of the Shaman. This jimping I do love on the Shaman, but I wish it was higher, because if I'm coming back here, yeah, the bottom of my finger feels, that I've got it there. But if I'm choking up, I don't have anything on that. The Giant Mouse just does it so much better. So in this grip, it is so freaking comfortable. But I got to give it a little bit to the Shaman just because of my preferences and that forward finger choil that is where I love to work with my knives. And so it's really hard, but I have to give it a little bit to the Shaman for, in my preferences. I think a lot of people might even feel differently if you don't just like the Finger Troll, because this is a so comfortable knife in your hand. As far as base, again, you have the option, of course, to change the pocket clip on all your Spydercos. Gee whiz, camera, geez. But it comes with this clip. The clip works, it's a regular Spyderco spoon clip. It works good. It goes in and out of pocket great. But the fact that the Giant Mouse does come with the excellent deep carry wire pocket clip, you can't beat it. I love that clip. It works great. Every knife should do that. So anyways, I hope I'm not getting you dizzy here. I don't know what's going on with this. I think my phone might be a little crooked. But, all right, so what else is there? I mean, it's really down to, they're both just excellent knives. I can't get over them. I want them both. I own this one. I will own this one. That is for sure. But let's talk a little bit about that. The price. The price of the Giant Mouse Ace Grand comes in at $185 when they drop. I think that is a wonderful price. I would pay that hands down all day, every day. The price of the Shaman is $202. Now, obviously, I would pay it because I did, and I would still pay it again because I love the knife so that much. However, when these things first came out, they were $180, and then of course Spyderco did their price hike thing. I get it. Golden, Colorado, USA. So that's where this one is made. I get it, but I really wish it was still at that way. If they were both at $180, holy moly. But, so value definitely goes, I think, to the Giant Mouse. You get LMAX steel that comes standard micarta. I think it's just an excellent deal. I don't think you can really go wrong with $185. I don't think you can complain at all. So, all in all, I love the Giant Mouse Ace Grand. This is definitely a knife that will make it into my collection as soon as they drop. I absolutely love it. It is almost perfect for me in a working knife. Definitely not the sliceiest thing in the world, but for something that can do hard work, I like it. If it just had a little bit better access to that liner lock, boy, I'd like it even more. Because the action is so much fun. I cannot stop flicking this knife. So, Jake, you're getting it back. I'm getting it back to you tomorrow. He wouldn't sell it to me, but I don't blame him. Oh, well, he was tempted though, because I was definitely offered him some money for it. Oh, guys, I really appreciate you stopping by and checking this out with me. I really appreciate every one of my subscribers. I'm creeping up on 1,000 subscribers. I cannot believe that's even possible. So definitely stay tuned. We're going to be doing a giveaway here soon. We're also going to be doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway once I hit that mark. Go check out Jake over at Bearded Gear. Awesome dude. Thank you so much, Jake, for allowing me to have this knife. He's known I've really been lusting over it for a while, and he sent it to me. He's just a great guy. Stay safe out there, guys, in this crazy world that we're living in, and we will see you in the next one.